making no sense with Thomasina.
All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my friends, my real live friends, my Facebook friends. Why am I looking over here? It's like I'm looking off camera and all right. Well, I know why. Because it's snowing. Yeah, it's kind of cool, kind of cozy Sunday snow day. I may light a fire. And when I say light a fire, I mean push a button and hit a switch. Because, I'm a modern man. I'm a modern man living in a modern world. Yeah. It is a real fire, though. It's not one of those fake electronic things that looks like a... No, it's a real fire. It's just got an electric starter. I don't even use the electric starter. I'll start it. I'll fire it up. I'll use a little and then start it and then light it and it'll go. And then I'll forget to shut the flue later on and it'll be like, why is it 30 degrees in here? It's okay. It's all good because coziness is what it's all about. And I love that. And I haven't really had a fire going much at all this winter, but I just kind of feel like it's a good time. It's a good day for that. Sundays are special because of that. Anyway, snowing out. What else is going on? What are you guys doing tonight? I know what I'm doing. Guess what? Oscars. It's Oscar night. It's Oscar day. Red carpet probably starts anytime now. I'm a little early, but hey, by the time this gets out, I'm going to try and get this done and put it right out if I can. We'll see if that happens. Doubt it will. Anyway, yeah. What else? What's going on? I did not post this. I try to get these out on Wednesdays. My bad. And I know that, there's at least 10 of you out there that you don't care. And God love you. I get it. Just wait though. You will. You will eventually. Eventually these will be like, it'll just be part of your morning little routine. You'll just, you open up you'll open up the phone and then, you'll be, oh yeah, just Tom, I'll just listen to him for a minute. Because these will get shorter and they'll get funnier. I promise you, over time, they'll be funnier and they'll be shorter. I'm not going to just keep on droning over silly stuff, but I am today. So, no. So let's see. I'll try and keep this brief today. How about that? How about that's our little deal today? I'll keep it brief. All right. And I'll keep it upbeat. Maybe I'll edit it quick. Maybe I'll do the quick edits. And, yeah, you don't know me. You don't know. All right. So, what did I do? I enjoyed some cookies. Somebody made me some cookies. Somebody very nice. If you're out there and you're watching, I know you might be. Thank you. Those were so yummy. And guess what? Didn't save any for the kids. Didn't happen. Wanted to. So if that was your intent, I'm sorry. And if my kids ever watch this someday when they're 18, and they're like, Dad, what? Why didn't you save the cookies from my childhood? It was you eating all of our food. So no, didn't. So whatever. I ate them. With my coffee. Gosh, yeah. I had a lot of coffee this morning. Maybe you could tell. This isn't coffee though. This is tea. I'm onto the tea now. Speaking of tea, let's spill some. All right. Oscars. What else? Okay. I already posted in a story or a reel or something about earlier this week or maybe it was last week, about Oscars. You got one job tonight. Tonight, Barbra Streisand better be coming out to sing The Way We Were for the In Memoriam. Her and Robert Redford were in the movie. If you don't know that stuff, I get it. You're under 40. Maybe you're under 50. Who knows? You know what? How about that? Watch it. It holds up. It's a great movie. Okay. It's such a great, I want to say kind of old Hollywood type of movie, but it's an old, new, forward-looking kind of Hollywood movie, if that makes sense. I wonder, I have some Republican friends and don't fucking freak out. Because if you're hung in here this long, there must be, I don't know what it is, but God love you. I just wonder if there's like what movies and shows, I guess, maybe sci-fi. What stuff can you even watch anymore without you being like, oh, I guess we're the bad guy in this too. We're the bad. It's just so obvious. Now more than ever, if you're still hanging in there for guess who, You just have zero legs to stand on. But let's maybe we'll circle back on that. But let's get some more fun stuff. Fun stuff, happy stuff. Guess what? Our world isn't burning. It's not on fire. It's not being completely destroyed. Yay! Let's talk about some fun stuff instead. The word, one of my favorite words, and some people that are really close to me maybe know this. Maybe more in my history, because I haven't talked about it a lot lately. Are you ready for this? I want to do man on the street and interview people, random people. I kind of want to get women's take on this. But I just want to interview people, and I want to go up to them and be like, and let's talk about your uvula. Do you feel like you have a large uvula or like a regular? How do you feel about your uvula? And I just want to get people's take on that. There's something, I love the word uvula. I've always talked about my uvula. What else? Anyway, people are like, uvula. I mean, because if you don't know what it is, you just automatically assume it's naughty because it sounds naughty, doesn't it? It's just one of those words that like uvula. Oh, my uvula. My God, what's that again? What is that down on? Sounds like a naughty thing. And I'm 12 apparently. So that's funny to me. So anyway, look into your uvula health. Take care of your uvula. Okay, but seriously, my uvula. Why is it funny for me to talk about my uvula? I feel like I'm revealing something kind of just like so personal. And so, I was doing a self-examination the other night, and I discovered that my uvula was enlarged. My uvula. All right, it's the little punching bag that hangs in the back of your throat, if you don't know, all right? Or if you haven't already Googled it and you didn't know. But by now, don't you know? I don't know. I would hope so. So if not, there it is. There it is. My uvula is kind of big. I got a big uvula, ladies. I'm just saying. My uvula is kind of big. It is though, and that's actually, it's like, it's a lot of it causes some snoring issues and, weird, breathing stuff. Probably, probably borderline apnea, who knows? I don't think it does, but it does make sometimes I'll catch myself making a weird noise. And then if I could hear it, then I assume that when I'm sleeping, some vibrations are going on in there. It's not that. It's not like a snorkel. It's not like, whatever. Shut up. So my uvula is big. How about that? Huh? All right. There's a little tea. I spilled some tea. Did you hear Tom Cena's uvula is big? Like he admitted it on his podcast. He said, no, I swear to God, he said he has a big uvula. I do. I got a big old uvula. It hangs, baby. Hangs long and it all right, I'm done. I'm sorry. Let's get back on track. Snowmageddon. We got that going on. I even took a look at me. I took some notes. I'm trying to not to. All right. And then, damn it. I had some other thoughts I didn't write down. The really funny stuff I didn't write down because I always forget that stuff. So one of my toxic traits is that I am way more critical and like disappointed and pissed at women and leave it to a man. Well, I'll get to that in a second. My toxic trait is that women piss me off so much more when I find out they're like, a Trump supporter, or they're putting out some stupid, crazy shit way more than guys because you know why? Because I have so much less expectations in men than women. I just expect more out of you women because we've already established in my previous podcast, Breaking the Bro Code, that men are shit. Men suck. We suck. We all are shitty. And some of us are trying to do better. A lot of us are committed to being like, fuck that. It's woke shit. Anyway, so, to that again, I say, shut up. Okay. What else did I do this week? You know what I did this week? Very cool thing. I went to the, Omaha Irish Cultural Center. Hi. they had awards brunch. I was invited by the venerable James Kavanaugh, Douglas County Commissioner James Kavanaugh, who's such a good buddy. I did a previous podcast with him. He promoted this in that podcast, and I went. I actually went. I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go to that because because he invited me, and he's a very nice guy, and he's a buddy. And he had Kathleen Kennedy. They hosted Kathleen Kennedy, daughter of Bobby Kennedy, the real Bobby Kennedy, not this bozo in office. That's just, a skit from Saturday Night Live you would not believe if you saw it is what he is in real life. Getting into the hot tub with jeans on. I cannot even pretend to let's talk about, no, let's not, because it's just so far off that guy. Anyway, even his entire family has rebuked him. So, all right. So there you have it. This is his sister. This is his oldest sister, who is a real Kennedy, and cut from the same cloth as JFK and Bobby Kennedy Sr. And she was the lieutenant governor of Massachusetts, maybe? Maryland, Massachusetts, probably. I don't know. I'm an idiot. So she was amazing. She did great. She got up and she did talk. Spot on. Very cool. She was brief, funny, sharp, bam, in and out, done deal. I got to hang out. I got to meet her. She was kind of behind the dais, by herself. Everyone else was kind of out front and chit-chatting and schmoozing and, pressing the flesh. She was kind of back there doing a little kind of, I think, minding her own space. Of course, this guy invades her space. I just came around. I was just like, oh my God, big fan, so nice to meet you. And then she was really funny. She was making fun of, in a loving way. She was making fun of the award that they had given her. She's like, well, look at this thing. It was like a cup and it had a inscription under it. But the cup was like sideways. And I think it was probably done on purpose, but she's like, the thing is, it's like mounted sideways or whatever. Anyway, if I post this on YouTube, I'll throw in a couple pictures of me and her. Very cool woman. Talk about historic. I'll also post this. I found the letter. She kind of closed with this letter that her father had written her the day he buried his brother, John F. Kennedy. In fact, I think I have. It says, "Dear, yes." It's poignant. It says, "Dear Kathleen, you seemed to understand that Jack died and was buried today." I think she was in her teens when it happened. She's the oldest. Well, here it is. As the oldest of the Kennedy grandchildren, you have a particular responsibility now. A special responsibility to John and Joe. Joe was Jack and Bobby's older brother that had died previously. And then he closes with, be kind to others and work for your country. Love, Daddy. She's got that framed somewhere in her house. And anyway, cool stuff. And then later he was assassinated as well. And just, anyway. Pretty amazing dude. Would have been president. He would have been president 100% after he became senator for California and whatnot. Yeah. Anyway, cool dude, cool legacy, cool family. So there you go. That was cool. I got to do a little chit chat with her. She couldn't have been more warm and accessible and very, very cool. A neat woman. She's very sharp and just kind of it's like, this is a woman that does not screw around. She's a cool woman. Anyway, that was a cool story, a very fun thing that I got to do. Thank you, Jim Kavanaugh. Thanks for inviting me. Brought my pal Denise from the salon because I knew she would be, because she's a huge Kennedy fan and I knew she'd be fangirling all over. And so it was great. She got up there and I got to get a picture of her with Kathleen as well. So that was cool. I'm glad she got to do that. So yeah. All right, let's talk Oscars. All right, let's talk Oscars. I'm horrible. I have not this year in particular. How about you guys? Have you done all right with seeing Oscar stuff? I haven't seen shit. And that's so bad because I love the Oscars and I love movies. It just seems like more recently in my life, I have not been watching a lot of movies. I've not been watching actually a lot of TV, which is a good thing. Right? It is, right? Tell me that it is. It is. I know it is. You don't have to tell me. I know it is. So that's kind of a weird deal, right? I think so. But I don't. I'm sorry. I'm trying to look at something and I'm pretending to talk. But all right. So let's get back to what I was talking about before. All right. Oscars. Yeah, I haven't been watching a lot of movies, so I'm bad. I don't know. I finally yesterday I wanted to be like I have to watch something. I have to watch an Oscar nominated movie. So I finally watched Leo DiCaprio's One Battle After the Other. Oh my god, it's so good. And it's real. I mean, there's a perfect example of a movie. Like I don't know how people on the right watch movies anymore. I don't know. It's like calling them out on their bullshit. Without, yeah, it's like pointing out that, you guys are the bad guys. And no, I'm not saying Republicans there. I'm just saying these MAGA people, people that are still behind him after, oh my God. So let's talk about movies. Even though I haven't seen them. So leading actor, we got Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme. I've talked to some people that have seen it. I think it's I think it's a little bit out there, like weird, whatever, but I kind of like weird. It's cool, but some people are like, I hated it. I do. So I kind of take that with a grain of salt. Some people that think stuff they hate it because it's weird. Sometimes I like that stuff. Anyway, haven't seen it. Leo DiCaprio, One Battle After the Other. I thought he was great in it. Thought he was fantastic. I don't know about if it's, I don't know if it's award winning or not. I mean, he's great in everything, but it's a pretty challenging role, but anyway, you have to see it. It's great. Ethan Hawke, Blue Moon. Haven't seen it. Michael B. Jordan for Sinners. I have a feeling he's going to win. There's so much buzz around him. He plays two characters in the movie, twins, and so that's usually that's usually some heavy lifting for acting, and it's got so much buzz behind it. I think he's going to win it. And then Werner Wagner Moura, The Secret Agent. I think it's Brazilian. I've heard a lot of good things about that. I've got to watch it. I haven't seen it. So I'm going to go through all these and I'm going to say that about everything. So I think Michael B. Jordan's going to win it. Boop. Make your check. Enter the pool. Make your guess. And enter now. Actor in supporting role. All right. Best supporting actor, Benicio del Toro. That's my brother. I love Benicio del Toro. In anything he does. I've loved him in every role that he's ever played. I mean, Traffic. Oh. Sicario. I mean, I've seen, 1 and 2. Oh, he's so fucking good in those. Anyway, that's my boy. He's in this. As much as I love him, I don't know that it's a best supporting role because, it's just not that big of a role. It's not that juicy. He plays it cool. He's an awesome character. But it's not a huge role. Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein. I'm sure I'm ruining that name. Haven't seen it. Looks good. Delroy Lindo for Sinners. Again, it's got a lot of buzz. Sean Penn. Okay, Sean Penn is also in One Battle After Another. That his role could, I think, of the two, his role itself is more of a Oscar winning role. He's amazing in it. He is just horrible. And there too, I mean, I'm just going to keep circling back. So you'll eventually get sick of it if you are a Trump supporter. So, but I think of that. I just think, imagine watching this movie and like, are you guys rooting for him? Are you rooting for his character in this movie? Cause I don't know how you decide. I don't know how you kind of divide your beliefs in true life and like a movie, what the movie is about. And it's like, what kind of, I mean, obviously you throw some mental gymnastics in order to try and even defend him at this point, which is amazing to me. So maybe you do that with movies too. You just pretend like one thing doesn't mean another thing. So I don't know. Who knows? He's a horrible person, horrible character. I mean, but he plays it so well. That's got potential. Stellan Skarsgård, in Sentimental Value. I really want to see this movie. It looks great. He is amazing in everything he does. I'm sure you know him. If you don't know him from what I'm saying, you'll recognize him if you look him up. He's been in a lot of stuff. He's crazy good. I loved him as Luthen in Andor, the series, the Star Wars, part of the Star Wars canon. Arguably one of the best things from the Star Wars canon and Star Wars. So good, in fact, that it really kind of it is in a category all to itself. And he is an amazing character. But that's not what this is about. Sentimental Value. I've heard it's really good, and I've heard he's great in it. So that one I think has some good buzz behind it too. I would guess. Well, see, Delroy Lindo from Sinners. I haven't heard anything. I just know that movie gets so much buzz. All right, let's move on to best Yeah, leading actress. Best actress in a leading role. Jessie Buckley from Hamnet. I think she's the hands down winner, just based purely on what I've heard. Tons of buzz. She is amazing. She's an amazing actress. This one, I know just enough about what her character goes through in this movie to where it's like, I don't know. I sometimes these type of movies that have this happen in them, I'm trying not to spoil. I have a hard time knowingly going in to watch that, to be like, okay, I'm going to watch this. I mean, because it's just horrifying to me. And, well, you can understand. It's horrifying to anybody, especially, yeah. I won't say it. But anyway, I have to watch this, though, because I've heard such great things, and she is an amazing actress. I know she's going to win because I've heard so many other actresses and actors talking about her in this role. And they're the ones that vote, the Academy. So she'll win. Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Kate Hudson, Socks Like Blue. I mean, these are, I feel like, maybe lighter. I don't know, but Renata Resve, I don't know, Sentimental Value. Now, again, that one's got some buzz behind it. And Emma Stone in Begonia. I've heard great things about this too, and this is a very meaty role for her. She could pull a win off here, although she's won already, right? Hasn't she won? I know it gets a little political as far as like picking winners and losers. I think this is Jessie Buckley's year. I just think it is. All right, and I'm kind of an insider, so I can just say, because I'm in media. Actress in a supporting role, Elle Fanning in Sentimental Value. I just can't love a young lady more than this. She's just darling. It's like we've seen her grow up. God, I don't know how old she is. She's probably in her 20s, but she's just super cool. I'm going to call her kid. She's not a kid. She's a woman, grown adult, but she's lovely. Her and her sister Dakota. They grew up with us. They're adorable. And I see them on talk shows. I see them on chat shows, and she's just darling. She just seems like such it's like how sometimes those stars are amazing how like grounded they have seemed, and they just seem like so, they got their shit together. She's one of those. And I don't know. I don't know anything about her in that part, but Sentimental Value's got some buzz behind it. So maybe Inga Lilias, Sentimental Value. Again, don't know. Movie's got some buzz. Amy Madigan in Weapons. Amy Madigan is amazing and everything, but I don't know a thing about that movie. Haven't heard anything. Wunmi Mosaku from Sinners. Again, huge buzz. Wouldn't doubt it. Tiana Taylor in One Battle After the Other. One Battle After Another. Got to get that right. Tiana Taylor. She's one of these people. She's like dangerously hot. Like, looking, behaving. And don't get on there and be like, well, I heard she, but I say, yeah, I don't care about it. I'm just saying she's got some stuff going on, all kinds of stuff going on. That's like, wow. And perfectly cast in this movie because the part that she plays in this is just so perfect for her, for all of that. She brings all of that heat, all of that badass shit. And it's like, oh, it's almost like you get it. You get it. You understand it. She is amazing. She is amazing in that role. That's Oscar worthy. I don't know. As far as a supporting role, maybe. It's not super huge role, but it's really impactful. Anyway, she's great in it. But you know what? And she's not nominated here or anything like that. But the girl that plays the daughter in that movie, in One Battle After Another, she's a new rising star. She's been in some stuff already. She is like transcendently just, she's just uncommonly beautiful. This girl is going to, and she just is so good in this too. I think to be honest, I think she should have been nominated. But again, maybe, yeah, she should have been nominated. She was amazing. And she's just, this girl is going to be a huge star. Her name, what a cool name. Her real name is, oh, damn it. Chase Infinity. Yeah. It's Chase Infinity. And her parents, who were not celebrities or in movies or they just regular jobs, apparently, and I read this, they named her after Chase. I hope this is right. I think it's Chase. Named her after the Nicole Kidman character from Batman. And Infinity was from the Toy Story, Infinity and Beyond. What a cool name. Anyway, it works. It's almost like she was predestined to be special and cool. And she absolutely is. She's phenomenal in this. And she will be huge. We'll all be seeing that name soon. Animated feature film. Of course, I don't know anything. Arco, Elio. Heard that's really great. K-pop Demon Hunters. I mean, of course, I've seen that 1,000 times because of the girls. And yeah. Anyway, Little Amelie, or the character of Rain. Don't know. Zootopia 2. I think we saw that. It's always cute, funny. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a pick on those, to be honest. Even with the K-pop Demon Hunters, I would pick it for best. Maybe I'd pick it for best song, but just for sentimental sake, just because my daughters just love that song. They love the music from that, and every time I jump, they go, "Daddy, play K-pop Demon Hunters," and then they sing in the back, and it's just adorable. It's just as cute as you'd think it is. Even for me, on the 1,000th listen, it's still just as cute. Animated short, casting, I don't know anything. Cinematography, yeah, I don't know. I was looking for anybody we had two famous Academy Award winning cinematographers that have lived here in Omaha. One was Mike Hill, who did cinematographer for Apollo 13, did a ton of Ron Howard movies. He used to live in my old neighborhood over in Arborist Acres. I think he passed away. I don't want to jinx that, but anyway. Maybe not. I could be wrong. He used to, I think he taught at UNO, maybe a cinematography class or something. I don't know. But anyway, lived here and did he lived here while he was doing the movie too. Anyway, Morrow, what's his last name? I'm an idiot. Anyway, Morrow, I can't remember his last name. I should look it up, but he won best cinematographer for Avatar. And he is from Italy, but he married a gal. He moved to the United States. Eventually, I don't know how, but they ended up here. Maybe she was originally from here. I'm not sure. But his wife used to come into tease to the salon, and then he came once to some party or something we had anyway, got to meet him. Very cool. It's like, wow. I met him just right before. I knew he had already done Avatar. It was already like a big deal. And then shortly thereafter, he won the Academy Award. He won an Oscar. And I sit there watching him it's amazing, right? Good old Omaha. Whatever. We got Alexander Payne, that's our guy. I don't know much else. Directing, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. Ryan Coogler, I'm pretty sure he's going to win it. Ryan Coogler for Sinners. Tons of buzz behind that. I did hear him, listen to a podcast with him. Cool dude. I mean, that guy is just straight. He is just who he is. African-American dude. He does not seem like he's been affected in any way by status quo, by the industry, he just, I feel like he's just the guy that his buddies knew, back in the day. And yet he's bright as hell. He knows, he's a student of film, of course, just like most of these directors, but he's Spike Lee, John Singletary, big influences in his life. And, he's a force. I was super impressed with him on this deal. He knows his shit. Anyway, I think he's going to win. Okay, song. Let's get into music. Hair and makeup. Because I haven't seen anything, you'd think I'd be all over that. But I can't talk to it because I didn't see anything. If I had to guess, I would guess Frankenstein. There's another Mike Hill, which is interesting. Jordan Samuel and Cleona Fury. I think they went for Frankenstein. From what I've seen just in trailers and stylistically, I think that allows for some really cool badass hair to be done. Sinners might be in there. I didn't see enough even in the trailers to know up to see style. So I don't know. I just don't know. I won't make it. And then the others could be amazing, and I just don't know. But I would guess, just based on what little info I have, Frankenstein wins that for best hair and makeup. Music. Okay, let's get to that. Score is going to be Sinners, One Battle, Hamnet, Frankenstein, Begonia. I actually, I don't know enough about those to know. Yeah. I've heard Begonia, I think, has a really good score, but I don't know. Probably Hammond is probably in there. A best song, original song. I know a little bit about this because I listened to them all. So we got "Dear Me," which is from the Diane Warren documentary called "Relentless," and it is about her. It's a documentary on her. Of course, she wrote the song because she writes every song that you've ever heard in your life. She is amazing. I mean, this woman has been so prolific. Well, watch the documentary and you'll see. I mean, she's written for so many people. She is the only person to have. She had 7 songs. I want to say in Billboard Top 40 with 7 different singers. I mean, she's had 9 #1 songs. She's had just a ton of Billboard songs, tons of top Billboard songs, and Oscar songs and movie songs, tons of movie soundtrack songs of these best original songs. I mean, she's like the John Williams of original song for movies. It's like original song for movies, Diane Warren, soundtrack, John Williams. Huge. Anyway, she has a song. So she has a song in that, so that she's nominated for best song in that for that documentary. Kesha sings it. It's a good song. It sounds very much Diane Warren. She has a style that you could kind of identify. It's a really good song. Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters is my sentimental favorite because of my girls and because I've heard it 1,000 times yesterday and then 1,000 times every day previously. It's a good song. It's a good song. It's well produced. The girl that won it for the Golden Globes, the woman, she's I want to say that she's Japanese, and no, she's probably Korean. But maybe not. I'm so sorry. I can't remember. Probably Korean. But anyway, she's lovely, and she had a really great acceptance speech about being told no and being shut down and, facing so much adversity on the way up and finally getting, as a pop singer and trying to break into the business and, the obstacles that she faced. And then finally she gets this break in this, animated movie that they had no idea would just go nuts. And now she's just gigantic. I mean, great story there. The singing's amazing on that song. So anyway, she's kind of my sentimental favorite, although let's hang in there. I Lied to You from Sinners. It's a real cool, it's like starts off as a real like Americana blues. I don't want to say bluegrass, but like blues, like Louisiana, what do they call it? Anyway, like original American, African American blues song. And then it kind of evolves into almost like a hip hop kind of a vibe to it. And then just real involved, just crescendoing into a whole different thing from when it starts. So, cool song, very cool song. That's got some legs. Sweet Dreams of Joy. It's, from the movie Viva Verde. I believe that's a documentary. Very operatic, vocal. I mean, it's a documentary about Verde. I'm interested to see if they're going to have someone, in a lot of times at the Oscars, they have somebody sing, they have somebody perform each of these songs. If somebody performs that, if they have like this, I mean, I assume they'd have to have that woman. Well, they could use that, I guess, any opera singer, but super challenging. It's very operatic. It's not for everybody, but I would be interested to see somebody pull that song off and be like, oh my God, because it's like crazy Stratosphere, and she does all those crazy. I mean, yeah, crazy stuff. And then you got Train Dreams. Okay, so I mean, as far as I guess I said, sentimental favorite was K-pop. Well, I mean that's kind of my sentimental because of my girls. The song sentimental is Train Dreams, which I have not seen, and I'm 100% going to watch that. Love the actor, love everything about it. Looks very interesting. But the song is sung by Nick Cave, and it's I think written by Nick Cave and the guy who wrote the whole soundtrack, which is Bryce Dessner. The whole thing is beautiful. The soundtrack is beautiful. This song is beautiful. It's really good. I would put it up there. I don't know. I don't know how much, if it has got enough buzz or whatever. I hope Nick Cave brings some buzz to it. I would love to see him win an Oscar. That'd be cool. So I've got some sentimental hopes for that one as well. But there's a line from this song that just, and I haven't heard it a lot. I haven't listened to it much. I just listened to it a few times. It just stuck out. It just like grabbed me by the throat. And it says, I once knew a boy who became a dog, who became a man that forgot to die. And it was there was something that just grabbed me from that line. And sometimes a line you can visualize exactly what it is, even if it's kind of a little sublime, a little esoteric, that seems like it, but it just like, I painted a crystal clear picture for me. I just was like, I mean, especially the part about becoming a man who forgot to die. It's just like, I just instantly went to, because I've got this whole new way of looking at life that's not exactly, it's not the rosiest thing. I mean, and I don't want to be a downer, but I mean, I guess I've come to an understanding because I am now I can now see both sides of life, because I'm that old. I'm old, and whereas before, when you're younger, you're growing, you just can't quite see over the hill. You definitely see where you come from, it's just over there. It's just like, I was just right there, but you can't quite see over the hill. You can't see all the way over the hill. Eventually you get on top of that hill. Eventually you start to get a little over that hill, and then you can definitely see it. And you've already lived the life before. So it doesn't matter how far away that gets. You always remember your childhood and your youth and all that and where you came from. But you could also start to see, oh, well, there's the end. That's, even if you don't know how it's going to go, that it's just there. There's an inevitability about it. That's just like, well, we only live so long. I mean, so we know it's going to be there somewhere. Again, not to be a downer, but I've always wondered with that. Before I kind of could see that end, as growing up before, when I still couldn't quite see over the hill, I just was always so dumbfounded by older people that would be like, if I get, I hope I don't live that long, or stick jokingly, push me off a bridge, or, whatever it is, I don't want to, or I'd be fine. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to, I was like, what? You're ready to go? It's like, it's the, I can't, who wrote that, Rage, that poem that, it's at the end of, it's in Interstellar, the movie, of course. Michael Caine, he reads it. And, my name is Michael Caine. My name is Michael Caine. That's a bad impression of him, but, it reminds me of that bit, those two English comics doing that. But anyway, I was always kind of in that mind. Rage. Do not go gently into this, into this night. I was always kind of that mind, just like, hell no, I'm going to go kick and scream, and I'm going to, but the older I have gotten, I've come to an understanding, at least, about how that can be, how you could get to that point where you're like, and the thing is, and here's the thing that you don't think about when you're younger, the part of it that we miss is just like, well, think about it. They have lost their family. They've lost their loved ones. you know, maybe the love of their life. Of course, they've lost all their, their folks but I mean, they've even lost their brothers and sisters probably, and their friends. These are people that have, as this quote, song lyric says, I know a man who forgot to die. It's like, it's easy to see how someone might feel like they have outlived their usefulness. And I know that sounds horrible, but I know that there are people that feel this way, and I can understand it. I'm not saying I'm going to feel that. I hope I don't. And I don't wish that for anyone. My God, I don't. But there is a sad reality about that. Again, I don't want to bring the room down here, but I could get sad about thinking about it, because I know that there's, thinking about, my dad. And I mean, and that was my mom's biggest fear. And she didn't, it kind of almost, as hard as it was for us, it kind of worked out the way that I think she probably wanted it to. She walked into that hospital on her own 2 feet, and that was it. She didn't come out. Whereas dad, he went a tough way, but it was horrible. And it's almost like, well, what one of the saving graces was that he was losing it in his head. So, sadly, it's like, well, maybe he didn't know how bad it was. Because it's a horrible thing to lose your folks when they get that old, and they can't, they have zero quality of life. And it's just like, and that is where even before, I mean, that's the extreme case. I mean, but even before you get to that, when you've lost everyone else, it's just kind of like, well, what am I doing? Why am I could see how they would have survivor's guilt. Literally, like that's some real survivor's guilt, when you're like, why am I still here? Everyone else that I care about and loved in life is gone. And now I'm just here. I'm like at this party. I'm stuck on this. I can equate it to being stuck on a party bus, because I loathe party buses. And I don't loathe it for you. I loathe it for me. You go on a party bus, knock yourself out, have fun, do that thing. But there's only been a few times that I kind of got stuck on that party bus. And I don't drink, and I'm older, and it was with some employees, and it's just like, there was just nothing. I mean, and you are stuck on that stupid bus. I mean, that is what I equate it to. Like if you outlive all your peers, you're just going to be stuck with younger people. Even worse, it's just like, are these people like, am I a liability for these people? I mean, are they having to take care of me? It's like, it is the last thing that you don't want that. And I know I've heard some people be like, hell yeah, I earned it. These people better damn take care of me. And it's just like, is that really how you want to go out? And I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I don't want to, I mean, it's like, of course I want to live forever. I want, modern medicine to enable all my peers to live forever. That's the deal. It's just like, well, I don't want to do it alone. I want everyone around me to be able to live forever. I want all my brothers and sisters to live forever, Barring that, well, how long do you want to live? I don't know. I've gotten off on a very morbid subject here, but this is real shit. This kind of stuff. Sadly, it's about the stuff that you kind of think about. And we don't talk a lot about that, isn't here in America. All right, best picture. So this is the biggie. You got Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, Train Dreams. Okay, Begonia, good buzz. F1, absolutely not. I'm sorry. I love F1 in real life. I love Formula One. I got into it, of course, like every other American did, because of the Netflix series. Driving for Life. I can't even remember the name. Anyway, it's the F1 Netflix series. It's in its 7th season, I want to say. So I've been watching for 7 years. It's great. It's a super comprehensive look at the last season from beginning to end. And so you really get a great inside look, with all the races, the standings, how that goes, who wins the best, Constructors Cup, who wins the best driver. It's a great series, and it has brought F1 to America. It is 100% responsible for F1 blowing up here finally, after years and years and years being huge everywhere else. But here, now it's here and it's huge and getting bigger. Thanks to Netflix. And so because of that, because I feel like I've got a little peek at the reality of it, the movie, I was just surprised that it wasn't better, because I would have thought everyone from that made this movie would have been really dialed in with the real F1 and would also know that people that I would have thought that, they'd be kind of making it for people that were dialed into the F1 Netflix series would have wanted to make this a little bit more realistic, but it's just not. It's like, well, don't worry about those people. We're going to make this for the general public that doesn't know anything about F1, and we'll just make a cool, Brad Pitt's, whatever, cool guy that doesn't have to train, but can come back and drive an F1 car because he's just a good driver. It's just like, when they used a lot of there's a lot of F1 support with this movie. They filmed a lot of it at F1 races. They utilized a lot of F1 drivers and principals and people from real F1 that are in it. So they did their best to give support to it. And then I felt like it's almost like a slight though to them because of this main character, Brad Pitt. And, don't get me wrong, Brad Pitt's great. I dig him. He's a good actor and but the role was just you got, who was it? Jerry Bruckheimer. That was, Jerry Bruckheimer. He did his kind of classic Jerry Bruckheimer shit. I don't know. I was just very disappointed in the realism of it. The filmed driving sequences were very cool. Technically, cool shit. Good stuff. Cool, neat. Gave you some perspective. That was all cool. It was cool to see the real drivers involved and the real races involved and them filming in and around that stuff as a fan of real F1. That was all cool. But, the main character, Brad Pitt's character, it was just like, you can't, it's just not realistic. All right. These F1 drivers are crazy. They are so unique among everyone else in the world. And so A, gifted, and B, practiced and schooled and have worked out, are perfectly toned, and, everything about them is tailored to these races that they race. And what they do in the car is people don't get how impossible it is for someone to do that. You could think, I'm a pretty good driver. It's like, no, not even close. They're doing like how many G's, 4 G's? They're, it's just insane. I've talked enough. I've bored you about my F1, what little I know about F1. All right. It won't win. There's nothing even close for that to win. Frankenstein. I don't think it's got enough behind it to win Best Picture, even though I think it's cool from what I've heard, but, yeah, I don't know. And I don't know about hair and makeup either on that. I don't know. It might be, it's probably not that. Hamnet, I think is a strong contender for Best Picture. Marty Supreme, I don't think it's got no. One battle after the other. It's great. I don't know that it has Oscar. I don't know if it's got enough Oscar buzz behind it. The Secret Agent, I've heard it's great and I want to see it, but it'll win Best Foreign Movie, I think. I think it's Brazilian. I think it'll win Best Foreign Movie. I don't think it'll win Best Picture. And I don't know. I guess, can you be nominated both? Probably. Anyway, Sentimental Value, it's got some good buzz. I don't know about Best Picture. Sinners. There you go. Sinners will win. Sinners will win. Yeah, I think so. That's got the most buzz. Train Dreams, great. No, it won't win Best Picture. Sinners, possibly Hamnet. That's my guess. And that is about the only other categories that I think we need to get into. We don't need to get into, especially because I don't know shit about any of these because I'm just talking off the top of my head. So there you go. There's your Oscars for tonight. But we'll talk about, I'll do a recap. That's it. I'll do a recap next week on the Oscars. I'll tell you how I did on my picks. We'll talk about what happened during the Oscars. I hope everyone gets up and has a super woke speech. I honestly do. I don't care. Yeah, so don't watch it yeah, it's not for you then. You don't get to watch entertainment anymore. You don't get to watch movies, you don't get to listen to songs, you don't get to read books. Just garbage. Go listen to Kid Rock and Ted Nugent and fuck off. How about that? Yeah, that's how I feel. That's what you get. That's what you get. That is what that is the bed that you have made. Go shit in it. I hope we get a ton of woke speeches. People just come right out and just be like, yeah, screw this shit. This is garbage that we are living through. We are living through garbage. Think about if you have ever interviewed anyone, if you are in a position at your job or if you've ever owned a business or managed a business or have ever been in the position, or maybe even if you're like HR, if you've ever had the opportunity to, or if you're ever tasked with hiring somebody, think about Kash Patel, head of the FBI, getting that job. Think about Pete Hegseth getting that job. Think about Stephen Miller. I mean, these are people, Cosplay Barbie, she just got canned. I mean, and then they hire this guy, this plumber that's now going to be in charge of Homeland Security. Now, I'm not talking about just how ridiculous they are. I'm talking about like if you were hiring people and you looked at their resumes. That's it. Like let's pretend that they're not horrible people. Let's pretend that they are not just categorically from head to toe disgustingly horrible people. Let's pretend they're not. And you were just looking at their resumes and just looking at references, resumes, job and education experience. And your pool for these positions are, trust me, the pool is the brightest and best people in the country. People way smarter and better than you and I. Top schools, top experience, have a list of credentials and accomplishments in their lives. And then you hire these people instead with their shitty resumes and garbage bullshit that they have in their past. If you go on just that alone, what more do you, there's just nothing. You've painted yourself into a corner that you can't get out of. And so you're either, too proud to just admit that you screwed up, or you're just that horrible of a person that you're just going to double down. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know what you do. I don't know where you go from here. I feel like after this, because, what comes the day after? What comes, as far as him, who cares? Hopefully he's behind jail and he's behind bars it'd be so good if he lost his fortune, but, he probably won't. Money, there's just too much power in money with money, but there will still be a day after him. But what happens to all his supporters? Do they just kind of seep back into the ether and step back, among us and pretend like this? I know that's what they want to do, and that's probably what'll happen just because, sadly, that's just how it goes. And I'm not saying I want them to be everybody. It's not like I'm looking to be like punished or whatever. It's not like I want to happen to them what they're doing to all of my Mexican brothers and sisters and people of color and gay and trans people and women. And it's not like I'm saying I want, that to happen to them, how they're treating everybody else. I'm just saying it's just, I don't want them to just go back lurking, and I don't want that to be part of us. I don't want that to just be part of us waiting for the next, iteration of garbage, to take over after the pendulum swing, because, we've got, Trump's pendulum, he's taken it so far up. Trust me, it's going to swing so far back, the people on the right are going to just be shitting themselves. But then it'll eventually come back. And then when it does, it's just like, I just hope we can advance at some point. I hope we can evolve past the point where they just all come back out. I hope that this helps change some people. I guess we could just keep hoping. Hoping. We'll circle back and we'll end on that letter that Bobby Kennedy wrote his daughter, and what he ended with. He said, "You've got a particular responsibility. Be kind to others." That was the theme. He said, "And work for your country." I mean, that's the ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. That was a theme definitely among them. But it's the be kind part that she really she highlighted that. And then the new archbishop got up and spoke, and he also kind of reiterated that too. Like, if you don't know what to do if you feel like you're at a loss, like we do right now in this country, it's just like, well, what do we do? How do we? I mean, Trump is he just going to keep bombing countries now at this point and pretending like he's not? And what? I mean, it's just like, it's out of our control. It's just like, well, what do you do? It's like he seems to just be able to break the law. Well, I mean, no, the Senate's not going to do anything because they have no balls. I mean, at least until after the midterms, maybe. But it's so. I mean, obviously there are some things you do. You put your support towards people. You put your money towards the right people, and you get out and you make sure and vote. And ladies, God love you. I'm sorry, but you better get your birth certificate and your name and all that shit straight, because the Republicans are trying to keep you from voting. They're working hard on that. They're trying to make it and try to make it harder for people, people that don't have access to their birth certificate. Please go now. Don't wait and see if this passes. Don't wait. And you got to go get prepared to vote, which means get all of your identification and all that stuff ready. Keep it in a place, put it in one place so that you are ready to go at a notice glance, or at a moment's notice, to go vote. Take it all with you. Take everything with you. And yes, and you know what's going to happen because of all of that, and this is part of their plan, is that we're going to overwhelm these poor poll workers. They're going to be there. They're going to be besieged by all these new stupid rules put in place, and then all these people, they're going to have to show all these different identifications, all this shit, and everyone's going to have questions and stuff. And so it's going to be a big clusterfuck, and that is the goal, so that we won't be able to process as many votes. The fewer votes that get processed, that works out good because they know if the majority of the more people that vote in the country, they know that they will lose. That is why he's saying we got to get this act through, because if we don't, we're going to lose. And if we do get it through, we'll never lose again, because he knows that it's going to be a clusterfuck for people to vote, and especially people with less access to stuff, people that are less organized with their, because they're fighting for their life just to try and survive. So it's poorer people that are loaded, rich. They've got all that stuff all tidied, locked away. They've got their, they've got their, priority passes and, passports and, everything, it's all been bought and paid for, and they've got it all tucked away, and they're safe, and they're ready to go, and they're fine. They're going to go out and vote their own, they're going to vote against everyone else, and so that they could, make even more money, because they don't have enough. And so they're all tidied away. Don't worry. They'll vote and they'll get it taken care of, just, but it's the people, it's the masses that don't have all that stuff put together because they're too busy trying to survive and pay for, $5 gas. So whatever. That's the idea. So do your best to get that shit ready now. I've got my shit ready. I'm ready. All right. Hey, so be kind. He said, be kind and work for your country. Be kind. That is the thing. So if you don't know what to do, you feel like you're lost, you feel like there's nothing we can do, we can change ourselves. We know that we can model better behavior. We can fight for what is right. We can always voice our be the better angels, I try and always keep, when I always repost stuff, and I'll put stuff in my story all the time on a very regular basis. I just want to keep putting that out there, let people know what's going on, show them the ridiculousness of what's happening, show them the sinister nature of what's happening, show some good stuff that's happening, show some positivity, share some things that you can do. So, stay in it. Don't just turn it off. They want to wear you out. They want you to just get so tired of it and so sick of it. Oh, I just don't want to talk politics anymore. It's like, don't fall for that. Stay aware. Stay on top of it. Stay in the fight. Complacency will only lose you. Will only, let them win, which is we can't let that happen. All right, guys. I love you. I so appreciate you guys listening, watching, doing your deal. Let's watch some Oscars tonight, and let's circle back next week, and we'll see how my picks did, and we'll talk about like, oh my God, did you see what happened on the Oscars? Did you see? Oh my God, Tom, you were right. Barbara Streisand came out and she sang a beautiful rendition of The Way We Were, and it brought the house down, and oh my God, or those guys screwed it up. They screwed it up. Yeah, they had Justin Bieber come out and sing the what was that? No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Claire. My daughter, she loves Justin Bieber. I'm just kidding. So, yeah, let's circle back and see how that goes. All right. Love you guys. Peace out. Love you. Love, 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 love.
Making no sense.